One of the strongest ways to prevent tampering with your data is to implement immutable and indelible storage, all of which means your data cannot be changed, encrypted, or deleted for a determined length of time or at all. Here today to demonstrate exactly how to do this is our technical marketing engineer, Liji Kuruvla. Hi, Liji.
Hey, Sonia. It's good to see you. I'd love to share about our worm storage capabilities on our Flex appliance. Let's take a look. So on our Flex appliance, you go into the web UI, create an instance, and you have the worm storage server option. Don't panic if you don't see it. It's pretty easy. You go under settings and go under choose the lockdown mode. And if your lockdown mode is selected to enterprise or compliance mode, you're going to choose enterprise here. Then you'll see that worm storage server option available for you. So here we've chosen enterprise mode and gone to create an instance. We have that worm storage server mode already present. We're going to choose that, and then let's create a storage server. Now, while you're doing this in the Flex appliance, we're going to give it all the parameters to connect it to the NetBackup instance. So now let's go ahead and define a name for the storage server. Then we also need to define the minimum and maximum retention time to help our compliance clock, set the dedupe passwords, the certificate thumbprint for the NetBackup primary server or the master server, and then create the storage server. Once this step is complete, we now will continue the rest of the configuration in NetBackup, which you're familiar with. So here under the storage configuration, we go under disk pools, and here we will choose our Flex worm storage server instance we had just created. Go and choose that, and then give the disk pool a name. So something that you recognize it with. Click Next. Next, we are going to choose the disk volume, which is only one. There's not much choices there. And finally, we finished the disk pool configuration. The next step is to add a storage unit. Here we give you some additional granularity. Once you choose the storage server name, you can create multiple storage units for a given disk pool. But you have the flexibility to enable worm on some storage units versus not. So we give you the option of writing to immutable storage. And that, Sonia, is how easy it is to go ahead and configure a worm immutable storage server on our Flex appliance.
Hey, Liji, tell me more about the compliance clock and why is it so important?
Great question. Sonia, this compliance clock is not a clock that you can set and change the time on. It's something that we've built right into our file system that's running on these appliances. It allows us to be impervious to attacks like someone changing the operating system clock time or poisoning the NTP server. And their end goal from this malicious perspective is to trigger the backups that you stored to expire prematurely so that they can cause havoc. Our Flex appliances are completely immune from these kinds of attacks.
Thanks, Liji. Thanks for watching our segment on immutable and indelible storage using the NetBackup platform, a best practice for ransomware resilience.